as we come together to be with each other on our second Monday and fourth Sunday sitting time, our various ages and socioeconomics, groups and abilities, cultural backgrounds, religious backgrounds, gender, preferences, and just being able to be present with ourselves in this moment on these lands where we sit, the Multnomah or the Chinook lands, Oregon, California, indigenous peoples that stewarded these lands for so long. How privileged we are to be born in this lifetime, to be able to hear and practice the teachings of the Buddha, paying homage to the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhang saranam gacchami, Dhanang saranam gacchami, Dhanang saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi, Buddhang saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi, Dhanang saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi, Sanghang saranam gacchami, Tatyampi, Buddhang saranam gacchami, Tatyampi Dhanang saranam gacchami, Tatyampi Sanghang saranam gacchami. Paying homage to the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. Letting our hearts and mind settle to being present to what's arising, using the anchor of the breath or the touch point or one of the other senses, perhaps hearing, to bring us into the present moment over and over again when we find ourselves wandering or falling into one of the hindrances of agitation in the mind, or sloth and torpor in the mind, or doubt, grasping and clinging, pushing away, all of those common defilements that come over and over again. But we let mindfulness be neutral, without judging what's happening. We let ourselves just settle, holding our body, heart, mind as erect as possible, that's comfortable. Or you can stand in place or do a short walking practice. Whatever is necessary to just continue to wake up in this present moment. Maybe we have an intention as we begin sitting of being kind to ourselves, or non-harming, or being aware as much as possible, or reminding ourselves to pay attention each time we actually awake to the present moment. When we notice that we might fall into habit patterns of the mind, and we purposefully begin again, acknowledging with gratitude and appreciation the ability to do that. Noticing the attitude of the mind. Being aware of what arises, that it stays for a certain amount of time and passes away due to causes and conditions beyond our control. If we find ourselves not really knowing what we're doing, waking up in a new moment, spaced out or spacing in, we just begin again with gentleness and kindness. With stability and faith in the practice that we just string together these mindful moments. Continuity of awareness, beginning again over and over. Training, taming the mind to be present. Can we be aware of that moment right before we aren't aware? That pleasant sensation just before nodding into sleepiness, or aware of conditions that are arising around a repeated thought pattern, or a tension or place in the body that we experience sensation. How aware can we be in this moment as it turns into the next moment? Interested, alert. Even if it's an open, spacious awareness and not much is coming and going through it, can we still stay spacious, open, and aware of that awareness? Awareness of the mind. Breathing in, I'm aware of this moment. I am aware of breathing in. I'm aware of the process. And maybe I notice the letting go when it naturally the breath is leaving the body. These moments of being aware of impermanence. Brings awakening in that moment. Holding myself in kindness. Holding myself in compassion. May I be at ease. May I be at ease with things just as they are. May this sense of ease and well-being be nurtured in my heart to include each other in our group, to include other beings that might be around us in our household. Or our neighbors in our neighborhood. Wishing them also to be happy and at ease. Letting this sense of well-being blossom and grow within our hearts to include others. Family members near and far. Those who might be struggling with health issues. Other beings that are neutral and unknown to us, that are in suffering and in pain, that this heart energy can include them, wishing them to be at ease, to find happiness and the causes of happiness. May all beings, seen and unseen, known and unknown, have ease, be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May this heart space of ours and goodwill blossom and grow to include all beings, known and unknown, seen and unseen, those enlightened and those unenlightened. May all beings everywhere know happiness, experience love and care. Anicca vata sankhara upadawa yadomino upakitava meruchanti te sam vapasamo sukho. All conditioned things are subject to impermanence. They arise and pass away. And seeing this clearly brings the greatest happiness, which is peace. Thank you for your practice, the joy that it brings us to practice together, and the joy that we bring each other, sitting through all the ups and downs of our lives and of the lives of others around us. It can really be of great benefit to others that we take this time together. So may it help you to feel happy in the beginning, the middle, and the end of the practice, because you're generously giving it to yourself. I know it doesn't always seem that way.